Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I told you guys a while. I think it wasn't this time when I had my ablation with my heart doctor. It was the first ablation I had. I think I had told you, and I'm always fascinated when things like this happen. I think I told you the first ablation that I had that I was joking with my heart doctor, and I said that he should put some of the money he makes from the operation and he should put that in digital assets and specifically in XRP. And I was joking about that. I think that was a year and a half or so ago. Well, a similar thing happened yesterday. I was meeting with one of my attorneys, and the guy, he's one of the guys that he's focuses on plaintiff work. And we were talking about digital assets and all the stuff, like what I do on YouTube and the different things and how big the discussion is on Twitter and everything. And I told him, and he wanted to know how he could buy some XRP. And so I was telling him, I said, yeah, I was telling him how he could do it and all that. And I said, just take some money from your next lawsuit settlement and put that in XRP. And but it's interesting that attorneys and doctors and people of that status are now wanting to know more about this, and that is what I took away from that. That was pretty darn interesting. Okay, XRP Crypto Wolf. Majority Leader in California State Assembly Ian Caldron discussed plans to bring legal certainty for blockchain tech to California. They will write a report and provide this to the state legislature to craft policy around blockchain by July 1. That is what you call regulatory certainty coming down the pipe. Okay, and also from XRP Crypto Wolf, who I think he's got 2 or 3 things. And by the way, and I forgot to do it again, but you need to go and give XRP Crypto Wolf a subscribe. He started a YouTube channel, and I promise, I forgot again, but I promise I'm going to put that in front of you because this guy has been nothing. He sent me a lot of good information over the last couple of years, and he deserves a subscribe. He puts out some of the best tweets I've seen. In this case, Dutch bank ING is working on developing digital asset custody technology to help clients safely store digital assets. ING is specifically focused on developing the technology behind crypto to give its clients a compliant way to access the new asset class. So Dutch bank, you can see they're starting to get busy, but this digital asset custody technology, regulatory certainty, all these things, I believe that we're now starting to see all this happen right before our eyes. And then there's this from XRP Crypto Wolf, Coil's CTO, let me see who this is, excuse me, Ben Sharafian, highlighted some of Interledger's triumphs and ideas for what's coming in 2020. Everyone can expect more developments from Coil and Interledger in 2020 that will help bring a higher volume of users to web monetization ecosystem. So I think that kind of speaks for itself as well. Sorry, my throat is like messed up here. Okay, X-Men XRP, the official superhero of the Digital Asset Investors channel, sent me something really interesting. There's a huge change coming from the Fed, just not today. And what they're talking about is more or less the Fed's interest rate decision, their next interest rate decision. But what I wanted to read to you was this quote. I think it's this one. A resetting of the Fed's inflation target implies that the Fed would be prepared to let labor markets run hot for a while and tolerate an inflation overshoot for a number of years, in effect, ensuring that the U.S. yields remain comfortably below nominal GDP levels for the foreseeable future, he says. That right there could be a very terrifying thing right here. and tolerate an inflation overshoot. Well, remember, they've done nothing but print money for the last 10 years. And all that happens to all that needs to happen is some kind of either triggering event or something like this where they make a mistake and they let inflation start to go. And then when it goes, because they've done nothing but print money for 10 years and done nothing responsible, when it starts to go, it could get really ugly and it could get out of control really fast. And I think that's what the real fear is. Jonathan D at XRP underscore YD7. And this is from CoinDesk. Following in the footsteps of, I don't know who this is. Square Crypto. Okay. Following in the footsteps of Square, Jack, he's the guy that founded Twitter. Jack Dorsey, I think is his name. Anyway, it doesn't say. I think it's Jack Dorsey. Announced Wednesday the creation of a team at Twitter focused on building a decentralized standard for social media. So I think this is where the entire world is going to go, creating decentralized platforms. But the problem is you're going to have some to me, the problem with all these with the decentralized platforms that they're coming up with now, if you just use like YouTube as an example, is that you don't have any traffic on these things. And so you got to have the traffic before you're really going to draw people in, or there's some kind of, so it might be a company like Twitter or YouTube that creates a decentralized thing that catches on. Who knows where this all goes. And next, from Brian Melancholy XRP, the official court jester of the Digital Asset Investor channel, sent me this. Royal Bank of Canada says Ripple and XRP can save financial institutions 46% per payment. The Royal, if you look at things we've covered over the last year and a half, the Royal Bank of Canada has been right there in the mix all the time. And in fact, if you remember, this isn't the Royal Bank of Canada, but the Prime Minister of Canada was in a picture with Corey Johnson, who was the spokesman for Ripple. I've never forgotten the photo. He's in a photo with him, and then he tweeted that photo out and he said, "This matters," or something to that effect. Canada, I think, is going to be a big part of not just digital assets, but what Ripple is doing as well. XRP James, the Digital Asset Channel, Investor Channel official former Navy SEAL, sent me this. This is interesting right here. You need to go listen to this. He says it's about at the 6-minute mark. Central banks proposed total takeover with digital currency with Harley Schlanger. But down here it says Harley Schlanger rejoins the program to discuss the central banker meeting that took place in Wyoming this past week. He shares the three proposals that they formulated to reset the global economy and lay their path for complete central bank control of a global digital currency. I would add, or basket of currencies. But that is a definite watch. The crypto utility guy at Utility Guy 7, who is the official ex-smoker to the Digital Asset Investor channel for being shot as a Nazi prisoner on Band of Brothers. And yes, he was on Band of Brothers. And he sent me this. Now, this might be one of the biggest things that we've seen. Regulated Swiss crypto bank SIBA, I'm going to assume that's how you say it, expands services to 9 new countries. Switzerland-based cryptocurrency bank SIBA has expanded its services to 9 new countries. According to finance magnates, on December 12th, SIBA revealed that accounts are now fully operational for institutional clients and accredited investors in Singapore, Hong Kong, the United Kingdom, Italy, Germany, France, Austria, Portugal. This, as previously reported, it's a fully regulated institution having secured a banking and securities dealer license from the Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority. As a part of the account services, they offer SIBA Wallet app, e-banking service, and SIBA card facilities with the support of 5 major cryptocurrencies. Now, they don't include XRP yet, but what's important is that you all understand the fact that there are now banks. This is not just a bank. This is a bank and a security. It's a bank, a securities dealer, and deals in cryptocurrency. And that is a game changer because this one, just like this one, is spread. It said, what, nine countries? This is about to spread like a cancer across the world. And when that happens, what does the world look like when you've been sitting there holding XRP, and then all of a sudden you can walk in your bank, and the liquidity that is at banks right now can also flow into digital assets in an easy way. That's when we win. How about that? All right. Chinu Patel at Chinu Patel 29 sent me a couple things as usual because he's so good. Argentina says it will open talks with bondholders to delay debt payments. You see what's happening? I don't think we need to say anything more about that. Cryptopolis at Cryptopolis_X, a definite follow in this community. MoneyGram extends CVS contract for 3 more years. At 3:24 p.m. EST, the company's shares gained 6.54% at $2.28. Volume topped 2.9 million shares versus the 65-day average volume of some 1.8 million. See, this MoneyGram thing is, I believe it's like the what do you call the center of a bike that attaches all the spokes. This MoneyGram thing is, I believe, going to be a monster when the history books are written for Ripple and XRP. This is just something interesting I saw this morning. Listen to the advice of older people, not because they're right, but because they have the most experience being wrong. And I know this from experience. All of us have done things in their lives that they shouldn't have done, and they did. But anyway, and finally, I want to give a title here. Brandon Goad, he wants to be the official Gulfstream pilot of the Digital Asset Investor channel, and now he is. And so, and this is to Brandon. When I finally, when my XRP finally takes off, I need to talk to you about how I can lease one of these Gulfstreams, because I'm not at all interested in buying one. I joked that Mr. B wanted to buy a boat. I'm not interested in buying a boat. I just want to lease. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that Brandon Goad is the official Gulfstream pilot of the Digital Asset Investor channel. Thanks for listening.